Back here with the 2001 Monte Carlo SS quick dash removal procedure. Basically, you got the dash, you got the lower dash panel, and you got the kick panel. You will start by removing this cover right here. This is the fuse box cover. Remove the lower kick panel. You then remove the dash panel, and then you begin working the dash. The dash has screws at the bottom right here and screws right here, as well as a screw right here. So you would have to open the glove box to see this one right here. Those screws are very important to take off when you'll break the tab. Then you begin to detach the dash itself. Also note if you do still have this on your ignition switch, which is the ignition bezel, take this off. The ignition bezel pops right off. You can leave the rubber boot, but take off the ignition bezel. With a single key, after you remove the bezel, with a single key, just the key, one key, stick it in there, put it in accessory mode, and shift the car into neutral. Now that the car is in neutral or first gear, whichever, you have more space to freely pull the dash forward towards you. Also, keep mindful that you have to tilt the wheel downward as possible, and you can pull the dash towards you. Now, the closer it gets towards you, the more leeway you have to begin with this side of the dash going up and around the steering wheel in a clockwise motion. That's the basic and standard way of taking the dash off, which is to pull it forward, and in the clockwise motion, you pull this side upwards, just like this around the steering wheel, and it'll come across and down, just like that. Don't forget to remove the ignition bezel so you can use the key, and also disconnect the hazard switch. And again, you have a screw here, you have screws here, and you have screws here holding the dash itself. Start with the panel. Start with the fuse cover, then the kick panel below. There are screws holding this panel, lower panel below. Disconnect the connection for the trunk release. Detach this off, put it to the side, and begin working your way around the dash. And that's the easiest way.